Hey, hello. Hi, Sushi Monster. You never go holidays? Sushi Monster, are you P5 next year or P6? No what? No what Sunday? P5 next year? Your split classes, right? With your friends. Do you get in the same class with some of your good friends? Hi. I think now holiday period. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, you talking? No, you going Tokyo this Sunday. Enjoy yourself. I'll be going Japan also, but not Tokyo. I'll be going to Osaka next Wednesday. Yeah. Enjoy yourself, okay? Bye. Today. Then is your. I thought tomorrow. I thought yesterday was the last day of school. Your school ended today. Is it instead? I know some schools got meet the parent like PTM or something. So they actually last yesterday was some schools closure already. Ah, your school is today. Today last day. Ah, you didn't can enjoy your holidays. Yes. All right, we'll start soon. Okay. The timer is counting down already. It's gonna be 7 soon. Hello, hello. Okay, time's up. All right. So I am going to go through, okay, because I'm going to go through P5 science, but because school haven't started yet, so the P5 science live is actually doing like recap about your P4, P3 topics. Okay, okay? All right, so hey. All right, and just to let you all know, okay, we actually have online classes available for P5 and P6s next year. Next year, if you are P5, P6, we actually have online classes lessons available. Okay, I'll be conducting the P5 science online class next year, P5. Okay, but lesson already started like this week, P5 lessons. All right, for the online classes as well. Okay, so I'm gonna start. Hi. Today, oh no, today don't have. Yeah. Okay, so let us start. Okay, so let's go to question one. Okay, for question one, this is actually your P3 topic, more on P3. Okay, hello. So fast. Sushi Master is so fast. Okay, so always remember for science, highlight and take down all your notes, okay? So for this question, it says that Roger planted a seed, okay, and watered it every day. So what happened is he observed the growth of the seed. Okay, so what is he trying to find out? He's trying to look at the growth by how can he look at the growth? He recorded the length of three different parts of the young plant. And based on the table above, which of the following is correct? Okay, so yes, so she wants to, you got it. Okay, so basically for this question, okay, you need to understand that if I'm looking out for growth of plant, right? And you must always know what part of the plant grows first. Do you all know what part of the plant grows first? Any idea? Remember to like and share, okay? Hi. What part of the plants grow first? Yes, it's the roots, right? Good. Okay, so basically we know that the roots of the plant grows first. So the one that shows the length first, you shows even a little bit is considered is it grows already, it's growing, right? So the part that shows the length first indicates that it grows first. Okay, so with this, all right, what happens here is you can see that for part X, it already started to have a length, right? It grows first. Okay, it shows me that it's the first to grow. Okay, on day three. All right, so this tells me that it has started to germinate. So the one that grows first is the roots. So roots should be X. Everybody okay so far? Very good. Hello. Okay, so what's the next one? Yeah, because school holiday already, Edith. Everybody enjoying already. Some of them already overseas already. Some school ended like last yesterday was the last day of school for some schools. So what's the next thing that grow? Hello, Karis. What's the next thing that grow after the roots? What will grow next? Any idea? After the roots? I'm not what? Edith. You're not Edith? Or your school never end today? Yes, it's the shoot. Hello, Adam. All right, so yes, the shoot, right? So the shoot will grow next. Okay, always remember the one that grow first is the roots. The one that grows second should be the shoot. And based on the table here, can you tell me based on this table, this one definitely the roots already. So we ignore this. So we left with part Y and Z. So part Y and Z, if you compare, which one grows first? Y or Z? Hi. Y or Z? Very good. Thank you, Sushi Monster. Yes, Y grew first, right? Because Y become 3 units on the ninth day. But for Z, it only started showing some length, which is something to do with growth, on the 18th day. So this one, okay, is the last. It grows the last. Okay? So based on this, Y should be your shoot. And Z would be your leaves, the green leaves. Okay, so the answer is supposed to be number four. Yes, Sushimose got it correct. Thank you, Edith. Hi. Okay, everyone okay? Any questions for this? Yes, I'm actually curious. I'm actually I that's my name. Okay, everyone okay? Ken? No questions? Okay, so let's look at question two. Okay, let's look at question two over here. Okay, question two, it says that doesn't if you know the answer, you can just send it through the chat. Okay, so question two. Hi, flying goddess. Oh my goodness. That's a very cute doggy. Okay, don't send me anything. Okay, save money. Okay, okay, let's look at this. Question two. Okay, the diagram below shows the life cycle of an animal. So, which animal is likely to have the life cycle as shown above? Okay. Hello, what is that number? There's no such number in the. There's no option six. There's no option seven. Okay. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, which animal is likely to have the life cycles as shown above? Okay, but you must be very careful. Okay. Why two? Okay, some of you say two or four, right? Okay, but there's only one definite answer. Okay, a lot of you said four. Okay, hello Farah, hello user. Yes, the answer is actually four, but do you know why? Does anyone know why? Why is it four? Why cannot be two? Do you know? You need to know that. Okay, two is a chicken, not two is not chicken, not beef. Okay, I think I get what you're trying to say, Edith. Okay, so basically, all right, because of this name, Nif, okay, please remember it's a common mistake made by students. The moment you see Nif, right, means that this organism is an insect. Okay, must be an insect because only insects have a nymph stage. Chicken, we don't call the baby chick as nymph. We call it young. Okay, Ken? All right, so nymph is for insects, and we know that this is a three-stage life cycle. Okay, Ken? Yes, very. Why do you want it to be two? We don't call a chicken and the baby chicken a Neve. They don't call a chicken Neve. So poor thing, ne? Neve must have 6 legs. It's a bit scary to have baby chicks with 6 legs. But okay. Okay, so your answer is supposed to be number four. Very good because beetle has 4 stages. Remember to write down your notes for science all the time, okay? Butterfly is 4 stages, so definitely wrong. Okay, and chicken, even though chicken has 3 stage, okay, in its life cycle, all right, but it doesn't have a nymph stage. Nymph is for insects. All right, so chicken, yeah, we call them yang, not nymph. Okay. All right, so the answer is number 4, cockroach. This is a P. This is P5 science, but because your school haven't started yet, so you all haven't learned new topics yet, right? So we are going through P4 and P3 topics revision. Okay. Okay, everyone. Okay. Yeah, this is meant for P5 because it cannot be for P4 because after that, right? You see, P4 haven't learned this at the beginning of the year. Now it's like now I haven't even started school yet. They definitely not know how to answer this. Okay, everyone. Okay, for question 2. No questions. The questions yeah can be found in P5 papers. Yes. Okay. All this yeah. Yeah, because science they mix all your P3 to P5 topics in for P5 exams, right? Okay, when you go to P5, all right, it's all the topics. Okay, so let's look at this question 3. Okay, I'm gonna show you the top part of the question first because later it get blocked by the border on top. Okay, so over here it says that Peter measured the length of shadow formed by a lamp post. Okay, at different intervals. Okay, let's highlight different intervals on a sunny day from points A to C. Okay, and they said that the sun was directly overhead at the lamppost at point B. So, which graph shows the length of the shadows at different times of the day? Okay, so now we must beetle. Beetle is 4 stage. Yes, butterfly is also 4 stage. Very good. Okay, so can yes, correct. Sushi Monster. P5, they can still test you P3, P4 topic, but they will make the questions slightly more difficult. Most of the question. But some like P3 diversity, they can't make it too difficult lah, because there's no way to make it too difficult. So there will be simpler questions as well. Okay, so let's look at this. Question 3. All right. So over here, based on this, the moment you see this thing, the sun is directly on top. So if it's directly on top, what should the length of the shadow be? Do you think the shadow will be really long or the shadow will be the shortest? Oh, it is good. All right. So if the sun, okay, just imagine the sun is directly on top, right? Okay, and the sun shines light on the lamppost, correct? Only this part of the lamppost, this is the biggest part of the lamppost that is blocking the light. So if you shine directly down, okay, the shadow will be around this size, this length only. Okay, can? All right. So at 2 p.m., okay, at point B, which is at 2 p.m., all right, it will be the shortest shadow. Okay, always remember the top part, only the top part of the lamppost is blocking the light from the sun if the sun is on top. Is this part didn't even block light. The whole pole here didn't block light. But if the sun, let me just draw the sun at the side so you can visualize better, okay? So if the sun is at the side, you see I draw here, okay? That means the sun may be setting soon already. Okay, maybe I draw on the 4 p.m. setting soon, okay? Let's say the sun is setting soon, the sun is at 4 p.m., the sun is below at the side, right? What happens is that the sun is shining light onto the lamppost. Okay, and when it's shining light, wait, let me draw properly. Not the words will block. I draw slightly here, okay? Okay, and then what happens is that the light is going to shine on the lamppost and it's going to shine very far away, you see? The top part of the lamppost is going to shine at the bottom as well. All right, and this whole part is blocking the sun, the light from the sun. So the shadow will be very long at 4 p.m. Okay, can? All right. Do they know Kahoot? Yes, B is the shortest. Okay. How do I pronounce your name? Okay, 2515. You don't understand is because I think you joined halfway. Okay, I just repeat one more time, okay? So you must understand that when 2515, as the if the sun is on top, right? and they shine light down, right? Only this part is going to block light, right? Only the top part of your item, your lamppost is going to block light, right? This part that I'm shading in the red, correct? So if only this part block light, this part will not block light at all because it's covered by the top part already. So then, if only this size of the lamppost is blocking light, your shadow will be about this size as well. Maybe slightly bigger because the light will need to cover this area. Okay? But, and, okay, so that means your shadow is actually the shortest when the light is directly on top of you. Like your whole body is long. Okay, let's say a person, whole body is long, right? But if the light, your sun is on top of you, only your head and your shoulder part is blocking the light. Your legs is not, the sun is not shining on your legs. Okay, so only your head and shoulders is blocking light. Your shadow would be roughly this length, for example. Okay, if the sun is on top. But if the sun is at the side, okay, like I draw here, okay, further away a bit, because if not, the words are gonna block the ray. Okay, at 4 p.m. the sun is setting. It's not on top of you already. It's going to the side, right? So when the sun is at the side, you see which part of the lamppost is blocking light. Sun is gonna shine light at the whole lamppost. The whole side of the lamppost, the right side of the lamppost is gonna block light, right? So the right side of the lamppost is really long, including the pole. This pole is gonna block the light also. So that means the shadow that will be on the floor would be long also. Okay, understand? Hi. Hey, Charmaine, you're no longer P6. You're Sec 1 next year. Hi, Sushi Monster. Yes? Oh, you all don't remember my name already. Okay. Okay? Understand already? So that means 4 p.m. and okay, so take note. Alright. What happened is that okay, you need to understand that in this case, my C would be longer, okay, and A would also be longer because at A, right, my sun would be on this side. Okay? For example, okay? Can? Alright. So same thing. Any sun, if the light source, your sun is at the side, the longer part is going to block light. Okay, so based on this, just make sure that your B is the shortest. So does anyone know what's the answer? Which one shows me that B is the shortest? No lah, this one count. Hey, TikTok only 1 hour, so no break. Sec 1 not fun? Why? Copy the lines. Don't need. The lines are for me to draw so you can visualize better. You can view it better. You can understand better. So the one, all these like shading or lines is just for me to show you the length of the shadow. Not necessary. Okay? There's a huge fly in your room. Oh goodness. Call your parents to catch or you catch with your hands. Like that. You're at the shopping mall, you're watching the live, so hardworking. Oh, everybody. Oh, I mixed answer 3 and 1. Hey, B must be shortest. For 1, right? B is not the shortest. 1 shows me that C is the shortest, but C must be longer than B. Okay, so for number 1, this one cannot. Okay, so number 1 is out. Okay, and for number 2, they cannot be of the same length. All right. Number 3 is the correct answer, whereby B is the shortest. A and C are longer than B. Okay. And for number 4, A is wrong. So your answer is supposed to be number 3. I think I accidentally knocked on my mic, I think. Oh, Charmaine, because we are preparing for them, the P4s for P5 next year. Oh, who is that? Okay. That's so sweet of you. I don't know who are you. Next week, Kahoot. Next week is English. That one I'm not so sure. I think have the is P5 English if I'm not wrong. The Kahoot for next week. Yeah. This week was P6 Science that has Kahoot, which was yesterday. Okay, everybody, all right? Any questions for this? Next week you're joining AGrader. Oh, where? Not this week. This week lesson starts already. Eh? 2515. Are you P5 or P6? Okay, no questions, right? Since you never reply. Okay, so I go on to 4. Oh, P5. Yes, Kairos, I know you're very happy. Okay. Okay, let's look at question 4 over here. Oh, compass view. I don't teach there. Enjoy yourself, okay? So let's look at question 4. Okay, it says here, okay, so in science, right, always the moment you see the word to find out, what is it? To find out is what? To find out is the what of your experiment. You know this is good. Aim, very good. So this is the aim of my experiment. Very good. Yes, thank you. Okay, and always remember your aim usually will tell you your changed and measured variable. Okay, so with this information, all right, you must know your change and measured. So always remember that change variable, look out for the word affects. Okay, if they provide you with this word, it's much easier for you to find out your change and measured variable. Change variable affects measured variable. Okay. Yes, box up. Your school teacher call you to box up. I highlight. Okay, so good. Do whatever you feel more comfortable with. Okay, so good. All right, got Sec 1 science. AGrader do have Sec 1 science. Okay, so for amount of light, what happens is that this is the change variable, because change, as I mentioned earlier, change variable affects measured variable. Then what's my measured variable? Yeah, this is primary. I would say 5 science, but it's a primary 3, like a primary 3 topic. Shami. Oh yes, growth of plant X. Very good. So change variable affects measure variable. Oh yes, sushi monster. Okay, so based on this, right? Okay, the diagram shows you the following setup, and his dad suggested adding another setup for this experiment. Which one of the following could be used to ensure a fair test? Okay, so we know that the amount of light must be the change variable here, right? But the father feels that the person, the his son, should use another setup. That means total he wants 3 setup to make the experiment have a better comparison. Okay, so why must 3 setups? Because right, the person is using tracing paper. Tracing paper means what? Tracing paper means they're too old for this. Hey, it's never you are studying. There's no such thing as too old to learn new things or too old to study. It's okay. Yes, sushi monster. Yes, it's translucent, right? So this experiment, if I only use these 2 setups that is shown here, it will only show me the how does translucent material, which allows sunlight to pass through, okay, how does it affect growth of the plant, and is something that allows glass tank means what? Oh my goodness, curious. There is no 6 on. There's no number 7 as the answer. No option. Okay. Yes. So glass means that most light can pass through, right? So this one most light can pass through. So why is it not good enough? We need another setup that allows what? That allows. Yes, thank you, Edith. Thank you, Adam. Yes, no light to pass through. Yes, then I will know what happens if there is no light. So we got some light, most light, and we need one more. There's no light to pass through, but only the amount of light can be affected, right? Can I change the plant? Can I put different amount of plant? Yes, yes, correct. The other setup must allow no light to pass through. Cause what's my okay? I see some of you maybe still a little bit confused. Okay, so because my change variable is light, my setups can only have different amount of light. Some, most, and no light. The rest must be the same to ensure a fair test. Okay, so fair test basically means that there's only one change variable. Okay, good, thank you. Yes, the plants cannot change. So if I use four plant X, I must use four plant X here. So yes, I see some of your answers, very good. So number one cannot, because number one, no plants. No plants, then how I get any result? I will just stare at the tank with the black paper. Okay, again, I don't see any results at all for the first option. Okay, then second option, a lot of you say two, right? Very good. Second option is correct. Okay, because black means no light can pass through. Okay, so why three? Why three cannot? Does anyone know why three? Why cannot choose three? Got plants. Got plants what? And okay, the plants is different, must have the same amount to have a fair test, right? Okay, different amount of plants. And not only that, not only the amount of plants, there's something else that doesn't make this a fair test. There's something else. My change variable, yes, tracing paper. I need it to be no light because this one already got tracing paper. So I don't even need another setup with tracing paper. Okay, I need a setup that blocks out all the light. Okay, so number four, why wrong then? Hi. Number four got four plants, what? Why cannot? Also black paper. You see everybody number four got black paper. Number four also got four plants. Very good. Yes, Adam, Sushi Monster and Edith. Yes, the type of plants are different. So different type of plant actually grow at different rates. Okay, like green bean grows very quickly, but if you're gonna plant a durian tree, apple tree, it's gonna take very long to grow. Okay, so different type of plants will not it's not good because it will not be a fair test. Very good. Okay, very good, fantastic. Yes, very good, all of you. Yes, Jean, good. Okay, any questions for this about experiments? Okay, no, okay, good. All right, so now open ended. Mm-hmm. Your favorite. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay. Okay, let's look at this one. Oh, how is it two? What do you mean? How is it two? Yes? Okay. Okay, I just quickly repeat again, okay? Because the change variable is amount of light, right? So the only thing that can change is light, how much light I gave to each setup. Okay, so tracing paper means what? Means a little bit of light can pass through. So the plant actually receives some light. Glass tank means most light can pass through. So the father say maybe do another setup. So if I want to do another setup, I wouldn't want to do the exact same setup, right? I do the exact same setup for what? I want to find out another set of results, okay, for regarding different amount of light. So in that case, I want something that does not allow light to pass through. Okay, so if this is my change variable, the rest of the thing must be the same. The soil must be the same. The plant must be the same. The number of plant must be the same. The type of glass tank, the size of glass tank must be the same. There's actually a lot of things must be the same. The rest of the things must be the same to ensure a fair test. Okay. For number one, I cannot choose because even if I got black paper, right, I cannot see any results. I cannot measure the growth of plant. Correct. So number one is out. All right. So number two, okay, what happened is that we have the same plant, same number, everything is the same except for the paper. So with this paper, no light can pass through, then I can compare. I can see, oh, if black no light, is it plant X grow the worst, grew the shortest, didn't grow that much? Or sunlight is the one that has sunlight grow better, or the one that have most light grow better? So I can compare three things. Okay, can? Understand or not? Oh, yeah, light cannot pass through. So if I have black paper, right, and light cannot pass through, then the plant never grow, right? So I know that. So this will answer my question. So I know that amount of light will affect how fast the plant grow. So if it's black paper, maybe the plant didn't even grow at all. Okay, so I know that no light means the plant cannot grow. So I actually can find out this information. Okay, can understand? Okay, so the rest cannot cause too many different things already. Okay, so if the plant didn't grow that well, I don't know, is it because too little plant that's why it didn't grow that well, or because the plants of different type that's why it didn't grow that well, for example. So that very confusing. Got two things to look at. Okay, so it's not a fair test. Okay, can so okay, good. So let's move on to 5. All right, so for 5, I show you the top part first. Okay, Vincent conducted an experiment using 3 similar size container made up of different materials X, Y, and Z. Okay, so what happened is that always remember when it comes to experiment, identify your change variable. Can anyone tell me what's my change variable here? Okay, I give you a clue. Change variable is something that is different. You just now I show you, right? The change variable is light. So the setup have different amount of light. This one, what is the thing that is different? Different cup, different materials of the different materials, yes, which is your X, Y, Z. Very good. So this one I can see different materials, X, Y, Z. So this is my changed variable. Something that is different in the experiment is something that the person want to find out, okay, about that particular thing. If I change the material, I want to find out something about the material. Okay. All right. So now he placed 3 identical cups, okay, containing cold water. I highlight the important things, okay, at 2 degrees Celsius in the container. The container are made of different materials, okay. You can see there is material X, Y, Z. The rest of the thing must be the same. Same cup, same location to ensure a fair test. Even same temperature of water. Okay. See you. All right. So after 20 minutes, okay, he recorded the temperature of water in each cup with the thermometer. So based on this, what is my measured variable now? Yes, very good, Sushi. Thank you, user. Hey, Keras. Why are you talking? Change variable, measured variable, no numbers. Okay. Yes. Okay, very good. Temperature of water would be my measured variable. Very good. Something that I give you a clue. How do I identify measured variable? Is look out for what the person record, what the person observe, what the person measure. He measured the length, he measured the height, he record the height, he record the amount of water, he recorded temperature. Okay, anything that he record, measure, observe is usually your measured variable. Okay, that means like the results of the experiment. Okay, so he showed the results below. Okay, and it's about variables again. State 2 variables of the water. Don't say other things about the water that must be kept the same in order to have a fair test. Okay? Oh, I think maybe she go off already. Okay, so let's look at this, okay, everybody. So for this, right, if we are talking about constant variable, must remember the things that you keep the same in your experiment is never your change variable or measured variable. Because change variable must be something different material, X, Y, Z. I cannot make sure the material is the same. Then I have the same results. Okay, I cannot have the same results as well. I try not to have the same results in the experiment. Okay, so what other thing must be? Okay, same temperature at the start. Oh, Adam, you're not wrong. Okay, but they already say same temperature at the start. See, 2 degrees Celsius. Yeah, so in exam, right, try not to write down information that has already been provided. Try not to already been provided by the in the question by your teacher in the question. Okay, so we cannot say the temperature of the water. We cannot say that the cups are the same type. We cannot say it's the same location because we need to focus on the water also anyway. Okay, can? All right. So amount of water, very good. Amount of water must be the same. They never say that they never say that he poured the same amount of water. Okay, so good. Amount of water is one of the variables that must be kept constant. Very good. Amount of water. A temperature of water, they say already. So we try not to put temperature of water. And any other answer? Oh, you say what? Type of water. Ah. Oh, type, okay. 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 Actually, right? What are you talking about? Curious. Okay, those of you oh no no no. Thickness of the material is not wrong, but they ask you to focus on water. Okay, amount of water, type of water. Okay, lah, type of water. I will accept. Okay, and type of material cannot. We focus on water. Okay, so okay, those of you who say type of water, I will accept. Not wrong. That water or muddy water. Okay, can type of water I accept. So okay, so everybody, I just give you a hint. Okay, if in exam, right, you only can think of one, and you are stuck. Okay, some teachers are nicer lah. Okay, so when some teachers are nicer, if you write temperature, the start must be specific. If you say temperature of water, right, it can mean that temperature of water at the end of the experiment must be the. If you just put temperature of water, definitely wrong. But if you put starting temperature of water, if you don't know what else to put already and you put it as the second option, okay, there is a chance that your school teacher will give you chance and give you correct. Okay, okay, all right. So, yeah, but don't write this one. This one is the result. This is my measured variable, so must be different. Okay, can? Okay, everyone done? Okay. Yeah, Adam, you're not wrong. But type of material is my change variable. If you say thickness, so must be different, cannot be the same. But if you put thickness of material, it is an accepted answer if they never write the word water here. Okay, can? It must be a variable that you must keep constant. But this one asking for water only. Okay, can? All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next one. This one is actually supposed to be B. Okay. Okay, so now B. Okay, it says here that Vincent wants to hold a mug. All right, I'm gonna highlight the key thing. Filled with hot milk without scalding his hands. So which one will you choose to make the mug and explain your answer? Oh, so fast, Sushi. Okay, everybody listen up, okay? If I want to hold a mug that is filled with hot, okay, anything that's hot is inside, right? Then you think, you want the mug to become hot fast or you want the mug to become hot slowly? Okay, sushi. Okay, sushi. You got the sushi monster. You got the idea there. But your look at your options again, ah. Okay, okay, good. If I don't want to scald my hand, I want. Okay, always remember. Okay, heat always flow from a hotter to a colder region. If I'm gonna put hot milk inside the cup, okay, the hot thing will go try to touch the cup, right? The cup will gain heat. The cup will naturally become hot. All right, but no choice, the cup definitely will become hot. But I want it to become hot slower, as slow as possible. Because I don't want it to become so hot so fast that I hold the cup and then I burn my hand, right? I don't want to burn my hand. So what happened is that the mug must be hot the slowest. If I want it to be hot, there's no choice, it will become hot. Okay, but if I want it to be hot the slowest means I'm looking out for the poorest conductor. Very good. A lot of you got the idea there, right? So poorest conductor of heat. Okay, so now can you think? You look at the result carefully. Which one shows you that the water is the poorest conductor of heat? You all must read carefully. Okay, everybody, this is the water, right? The water is cold. Take note, the starting temperature is cold. Look at the cold, right? Cold things will always gain heat. I think some of you never never read the question properly. Must be careful, okay? Cold things have to gain heat, right? And that means if you are looking out for a poorest conductor of heat, it must gain heat fast or slow, everybody. Think. Fast or slow? I seen mixed answer. I seen Y, I seen Z. So if I want it to be the poorest conductor of heat, if the water is cold, it has no choice but to gain heat, right? So it must gain heat the slowest. Very good. So which one, look at the temperature, which one gain heat the slowest? Take a long time to increase in temperature. Is it X, Y, or Z? All of them, the temperature increase. Okay, all of them increase, right? But which one? I let y'all change your answer. Which one increase the slowest, increase the least? Oh, yes, correct, Sushi. If good conductors, best conductor, right, gain and lose heat fast. If you're a good runner, you do everything quickly, right? If you're a good sportsman, you do everything fast. Not only just one thing. Okay, so if you are poor, you do everything slowly. Okay, can? So for this, all right, yes, it's actually the correct answer for the poorest conductor of heat is actually Z. Yes, very good. Why? Because you see, for Z, it has the lowest temperature. Okay, lowest temperature means it gain heat the slowest. Takes so long to increase the temperature. That means it's very slow. Okay, so gain heat the slowest. Okay, okay. All right. So this is the correct answer is Z. But you need to explain. Okay. When you explain, right, some of your school use CER, some school use other methods. Okay. So for us, we also use something like CER. We use something called DSL. Okay, but you want to use CER, also same steps. All right. So this is your claim. C, you choose you chose material Z, right? This is your claim. Okay, so maybe I just put a C down here. This is your claim. Then we need evidence and reasoning, which is our DSL. Okay, so D, your evidence. Okay, D is the same as evidence. Okay, you need to describe why do you choose Z. I'm teaching you how to answer open-ended questions. Okay, when it comes to making a choice. All right, your C is here. Okay, so over here, what happened is, why do you choose Z? Your school teacher will ask, oh, why Z? Because you must tell me the results. Compare, and you must use comparatives or superlatives. Compare with the other results. Say that, okay, the temperature increased the least or the temperature is the lowest. Okay, the temperature of water increased the least or the temperature is the lowest. Both are accepted. Okay, so I'm going to write that down first. Talk about the results. That is your evidence. That is your describe. Okay, so we can say that temperature of water increased the least. Okay, second step. All right, which is your R. Okay, for R means reasoning. Reasoning is usually a science concept. That's why I put S there. S means science concept. AGrader teach DSL. Okay, your school can teach CER. It's fine. Okay, same steps. All right, science concept or reasoning. Okay, so what does it show me? If temperature increase the least, it shows me that poorest conductor, you can jump straight to it, but some school teacher very strict. You must say that it gain heat the slowest. So poor conduct, so because must have some science keyword. Okay, gain heat the slowest, poorest conductor of heat. Okay, so yes, talk about the property. The thing that you must say is the property. poorest conductor of heat. Okay, so to say that showing, very good, that it gain heat slowly or gain heat the slowest and is the poorest conductor of heat. Okay, but this one is very special, okay? For AGrader, we have the L part. It's actually same as still part of your R in your CER. Okay, so there is actually one more part, which is your link or the reasoning. Must extend your reasoning. Your school teacher will ask, why you choose poorer conductor of heat to be made into the mark? You must apply your science concept, your reasoning back to the question. Okay, so that is your link or your R, your second R. Okay, so why must you apply that? You must say that so that the mark will what? Will conduct heat to his hands the slowest. Okay, so if you hold the mark, okay, let me show you. If I hold the mark, it will send the heat conduct. Okay, we don't say send. All right, the scientific word is conduct. It will conduct heat from the inside to the hands the slowest. Okay, so the hand will not get burnt that easily. All right, so that's your link. Link back to the mark. Okay, so we have to say that. So the mark will conduct heat to his hands the slowest. Okay? Yes, very good. So the person wouldn't burn the hand, but try to make it more scientific. Conduct heat. Why cannot burn the hand? Conduct heat to his hand the slowest. Okay, can? Yes, very good. A lot of you got the idea there. Okay, so your teacher will ask, how come will not burn the hand? So must be something more scientific. Just say heat will or you can say the hand will gain heat the slowest. Also can. Okay, as long as you link it back, you explain why the mark must be a poor conductor of heat. Okay, can? I'm gonna highlight the key thing. Alright, so take note, talk about your result. Temperature increase the least. So what the science concept? Increase the least, what did the experiment show me? That's your science concept, that's your reasoning. Okay, gain heat the slowest, so poorest conductor of heat. So your second reasoning, your second part, your reasoning cannot be so short. So for AGrader, we use the word link. Link back to the question. Okay, the mark will conduct heat to his hands the slowest. Yes, hello. Yes. Okay. Yes, I keep calling me. Okay, everyone okay? Any questions for this? You I what why you say that? Actually, I just preempt you, okay? Not every single Chinese word I can read. I send my Chinese words all back to my send it back to my primary school teacher or secondary school teacher already. I need some time to process whatever you have sent to me. Yeah, everyone okay? Yes, that's why I don't teach. That's why I don't teach Chinese. I need some time to process. Okay, so maybe I will reply you 5 minutes later after I process what you sent me. Okay, so everyone, let's look at question 6. Okay, come, let's move on. Okay, so over here, can you tell me? Okay, this is a very common P4 topic on matter. Okay, so yeah, this one interesting. You like matter? Okay, Kras, I get it already. 为什么你的心这样乱? Okay, I get it already. Why is your heart so messy? Okay. Okay, direct translate. Okay, so now let's look at this one. Okay, question 6. Okay, so you like this one? This person placed an empty bottle with 2 holes at point P and Q. So highlight the key points. There are 2 holes. One is P, one is Q. One is on top, one is at the bottom. Okay, so explain why the bottle sank. Okay, so always remember, right? Okay, over here, can you tell me, in order for, okay, there is something that's actually inside the bottle. What is inside the bottle? Do you all know? What's inside the bottle? Yes, air, right? Very good. So there is actually air. Air is a matter. Air takes up space. There is air in the bottle. Okay, that's why the cup can the bottle can float. Okay, but when I put holes, right, what will in what when the bottle actually sink, it tells me that water entered the bottle, right? But in order for water to enter the bottle, what must come out? What must go out? Okay, not this has nothing to do with the mess. But okay, that is not wrong, sushi monster. But the main thing is how come the water can even go in? Air occupies space, what? Yes, okay. Air go out, right? Go out from where? So for this, right, they purposely tell you P and Q, so you must be specific. Okay, so the air can escape through hole P. Okay, so very good. You all got the idea there. Explanation question. Okay, don't have you never make a choice, right? CER, your school teach CER, right? You didn't make a choice, but you still have to keep your ER. Two step answering technique. ER. Evidence, reasoning. For A grader, we teach DS, describe science concept. Okay, so first step, D and E is always the same. Okay, you must tell me what happens to the water, which hole did it goes in, okay, and what happens to the air. Okay, so then your second step, science concept or reasoning. How come the bottle sink? Because water displays the air. Science concept means scientific words. Okay, you can use displays or you can say occupied the space previously occupied by air. It's fine. Oh, that's good. Flying goddess. Too light. Too light. How come too light? You all cannot see the highlighter. Too, over here looks okay. Okay, so okay, too light. I can see on my phone. How come you all cannot see? Okay, so over here, all right. So let's look at this. Okay, so you must know that air actually escaped from P and water entered from Q. So you must be specific because they named the two holes for you. So firstly, you can say that, okay, all right, so everyone, okay, so we will say that air, okay, you can talk about air first, in the bottle can escape from P, okay, and water entered the bottle through Q. Okay, comma, displacing air, displacing the air out through P. Okay, then you must say that, okay, they ask why the bottle sinks. So you must write down that allowing the bottle to sink when there's no air left. Okay. Hi, Jovina. Depends on which method you prefer. For us, right, for explanation question in A grader, we actually teach DS. Describe, D means describe. Describe what happened to air. Describe what happened to water. Okay? Or your school use CER, right? But this one, you don't have to make a choice. So you just use E. Evidence. What evidence is about the air? Evidence is what happened to the water. Okay, then S means for A grader, we use DS. Okay, so S means science concept. Science concept has the same meaning as your school R, CER's R, which is reasoning. Science concept means you use science and reason and explain. Okay, so the must have a scientific word, displacing the air out. Okay, again? Okay. Oh, hi, Jovina. Okay, then I'll see you on Saturday. Probably, you never go holiday. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the key thing. So everybody, okay, you must say that air can escape from P, water entered through Q, displacing the air out, and there's no air left. That's why the bottle will sink. Okay, okay, I'm gonna move on. Any questions? Okay, so I'm gonna move on. All right, good. This one, must calculate a bit. So Alex conducted an experiment using the setup as shown below. Okay, and read the question properly, everybody. He said he's removing 20 cm cube of water. Water, okay? He's not adding, he's removing a liquid. Okay, then he still, after that, then he still go and add 15 cm cube of air. So what is the final volume of the water and air in the container? And you have to explain using properties of water and air in your answer. Okay, so now you need to do a little bit of math here. Okay, always, always find out the total space that of the container. Why? Because the container size does not change throughout the experiment. The rest will change. The air will change. If you add water, if you remove water, the water will change. If you add air, you remove air, the air will change. The volume of air and water will change or might change. But the container's volume will never change. The container will not magically become bigger unless you change the container. The container will not magically become smaller. So it's all make it a good habit to find out the maximum capacity, the capacity of the container. Okay, so yes, very good. But does anyone know what is the volume of the container? A little bit of math here. Very good, Sushi. You can use numbers, don't worry. So air took up 50 cm cube of space. Volume is space, okay, amount of space. Water took up 150. So if you add them up, we know that the container is 200 cm cube of space, right? So now the person removed water, correct? So now water take up lesser space, right? So can you tell me how much space does water takes up now? Very good. Thank you for all your answers. Yes, flying goddess and users. So how much space does water takes up now? If I remove 20 cm cube of water. Very good. You just take 150 minus 20 cm cube. You get 130 cm cube. That means now, right, my water maybe take up this amount of space. Okay, maybe now. Maybe now just take up this amount of space. Okay, so let's write this one down first. Water takes up 130 cm cube worth of space. Okay, why I can calculate water? Is because water have a what? Why are you so sure there's 130? Because water has a, why cannot be 100 and 100? Why cannot be 140? Yes, correct. So the property that I need to talk about is water has a definite volume. Okay, very good. So we write this one down. Water has a definite volume. Okay, that's the property that we are looking out for. Okay, this is okay, everybody. The moment you see CM cube, right, it's definitely about volume. Please don't talk about mass. Okay, this question didn't show us about mass or shape. Okay, so please be very, very careful. Okay, so definite volume. All right. So what about air? Okay, always remember, does it matter whether we are adding or removing air? Does it matter? Do we need to go and bother whether the person add how much air or remove how much air? Yes, you don't have to bother air, right? You don't have to bother because has air will always occupy any space that is left, remaining space. Okay? Occupy remaining space. All right? Hmm? Water has no gaps to let the air in, the small gaps. No, no, here, here, here. This one is actually the pump. I think they eat up the letter. Okay, so this is actually the pump. The air enters from here. The water leaves the container from here. Okay, can? All right, so very good. So what is the remaining space? No matter how much air I pump in or how much air I remove, air will still occupy this space that I am coloring right now, this purple space. Okay, no matter I add air or I remove air, because air can spread out, air can also be compressed. Okay, so this remaining space is how much? How much is the remaining space? The whole container is 200. Water takes up 130 cm cube. So the remaining space is, no, no, this one got exact amount. Got exact amount, Sushi Monster. Cannot, because it's a container, not somewhere else. Yes, so it takes up all this purple space. If the water is 130, 200 minus 130, air takes up 70 cm cube worth of space in the container. Okay, very good. All right, so why? What property is shown here? It shows me that air, just now you all mentioned already, has no definite volume and can be compressed. Okay, so these are the key things you need to focus on. No definite volume for air, can be compressed. Okay, but we need to explain a little bit. How do you get 130 cm cube for water? So you must say when 20 cm cube of water is removed, okay, the volume of water will decrease to 130. Okay, so this is how you explain how you get 130. But for air, okay, you must explain a little bit differently. Air in the container spreads out and occupy any available space. Oops, sorry. You ask, okay, this one must ask the school. Is the school that actually set one of the school actually set this paper, so you must ask the school. Okay, I'm highlighting the key things. Red Sun, I get what you're trying to say, but we try to explain it a bit more. Must rephrase it a bit so that there'll be a little bit more proper English there. But I get what you're trying to say. Good try. Mm. The one more question very fast, son. You know why very fast, right? Because it's life cycle. Okay, and any questions for this? Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, diagram shows you the life cycle of a cockroach and a butterfly. Okay, but this one must read carefully. They said based on only on what you can observe. List one difference between the life cycle of a butterfly and the cockroach. Do not compare size, shape, and color. So when you're comparing the life cycle, there are three things you can compare. You can compare stages, location. If they show you the location on the life cycle, on the diagram, or resemblance. So there's actually two possible answers here. Yes, stages, right? So over here, what happened? Yes, correct. The cockroach, okay, has a three-stage life cycle, but the butterfly has four stage. Okay, those of you who want to talk about resemblance, you can also say that the cockroach young looks like the adult, and the butterfly's young does not look like the adult. Okay, can? All right. Yes, correct. So that would be a two accepted answer, but I'm just gonna write the common one that you all said. Okay, you have to say that the life cycle of the cockroach has three stages, but the butterfly's life cycle has four stages. Okay? Or you can say the butterfly has a four-stage life cycle, a cockroach has a three-stage life cycle. It's fine as well. As long as you mention life cycle, three stage for cockroach, life cycle for butterfly, four stages. Okay? Very good. Oh, the one is more about the eggs. The thing containing the eggs. So this one they call it to focus on the life cycle. Yeah, so you focus on life cycle, okay? Unless they tell you about another thing. If they never mention life cycle, then you can use that as a comparison. Okay, can? Okay, Sushi, about the eggs thing. Okay? Okay, I'm gonna move on, okay? So for B, okay, they're asking, all right, they said that butterfly lay many eggs on the leaves at one time. Why? Okay, everybody, a lot of students likes to just explain based on P3 concept. A lot of students will say so a lot of students will say, right, so that they can reproduce and to ensure continuity of their own kind and will not extinct. So you must be careful, okay? This one cannot. Why? You need to add on some more. You can write that, but you need to add on some more. Why don't just lay one egg? Why one egg is not so good? Why must have many eggs? Very good, Red Sun. Very good. So you got the idea there. So let's explain scientifically, okay? All right. So if you lay many eggs, okay, it is to ensure a higher chance. So that if there's one egg and one bird or something or some insects eat the butterfly eggs, then the butterfly cannot reproduce anymore, right? So if you lay many eggs, okay, there you will increase the chance of the eggs hatching and having young. Then you add on to ensure continuity of their own kind. Okay, can? Okay, very good. Yes, and grow into adults, very good. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight. So please take note. Okay, know the difference. Okay, so I need to say that this ensures a higher chance of the eggs hatching and growing into adults. Okay, to have a continuity of its own kind. Okay. Hi. I'm ending already. Very good, Sushi Monster. Yes. Yes, Red Sun, you got the idea there. So I'm gonna highlight the key thing. Higher chance of eggs hatching, growing into adults to have a continuity of its own kind. Okay? Okay. All right. So you all have, if you all have no questions, okay, just a gentle reminder that our online lessons are actually starting already this week. Okay. If it the online lessons are available for next year's P5 and P6 students. I'll be conducting next year's the online class for next year's P5. All right. Science. Okay. And let me show you the next live. Not me, okay? Next live is not me because it's English. Okay, so the next live will be P6 English on the 25th of November, which is a Tuesday, next week, next Tuesday. Okay, can? You miss yours? Oh, Jean, that's so nice of you. Oh, but she's leaving. Okay, oh no. You cannot see what? Flying goddess. You mean you want to see the answer? Okay, then I'll put this away first, okay? Okay, so if y'all have nothing, no more questions, okay, y'all have nothing to copy already. Okay, go and enjoy your holidays. If you're going overseas, please enjoy it. You can enjoy your holidays for this 1.5. Okay, not one. Okay, around 1.5 months. Okay, see ya. Bye bye. Yes. Next week, Wednesday, I'll be going to Osaka. Someone else here also going to Japan, Tokyo, I think. Someone mentioned. Okay, bye. Gonna end. Flying goddess, do you have any? Do you still need to copy anything? No. Okay. Bye.